are a manager and you have a team member who dominates in the meeting. If anybody gives any input, he gives them sarcastic remark and he doesn't allow anybody else to speak. And you tried giving him feedback. Once you gave feedback, it backlashed on you and he didn't listen to you. In fact, he got offended. Now you do not know what to do because he's a top performer. There's a second scenario where a person turns up late in the meeting and because he is late, the whole meeting gets delayed. And you try to give him some feedback and he was always giving something or other as an excuse. There's another team member of yours who is not documenting things properly. And because he's not documenting, it becomes very difficult to track the project and it is very difficult to take it to the next level. And you try to communicate him and he never understood the importance of those documentation. Well, this was the situation of one of my clients who was promoted as a new manager, and as a new manager he was finding it difficult to work with team members of different personalities, and his manager gave him feedback that he is not able to lead his team effectively. Either he is getting angry or else he is becoming too soft and he did not know how to do in between a path. And that's where he approached me for coaching and we started working with him. And in 9 months I trained him in the following areas. I trained him in understanding different personalities, understanding their needs, helping him to give proper feedback, handling conflict, making his executive presence felt, and a few more other topics. And in one of the topics where I trained him in giving feedback, that module I'll give you some content of it, you can apply it right away. So first and foremost, when you go for feedback, understand the framework. The framework is mindset. Why are you giving feedback? First, if you're in the anger state, do not give feedback because that time you'll end up saying something which you will regret later. Point number 2. When you're giving feedback, what is the intent? Is intent for your benefit? If yes, then don't give feedback because that will not work out in the proper way. Third, while giving feedback, are you trying to take out your frustrations? If yes, don't do that. So if these are the criteria, then don't go for feedback. If the idea is about giving feedback for the benefit of the organization, then give it. And the last point which I'll tell before you go to feedback, have a proper preparation at what you're going to say, but do not prepare the solution. Solution has to come out during discussion. So this is the preparation part. Once the preparation is done, what are you going to do in the feedback? I'll give you 4 W's of feedback. The first W, what exactly is the discussion about? Write down few pointers, what exactly you saw, what behaviors you saw, and why you want him to change based on those behaviors. Do not talk anything generic. Do not talk you're always like this or something like that because that will go into criticism mode and nothing will turn out as positive. The first W. Second W, when it happened. It is very crucial. Give him exact timing that this is the time it happened and this is what we found, and take precaution of one thing. Do not discuss the issue beyond 48 hours. If the best feedbacks are the feedbacks which has to be given in less than 48 hours. That means if Monday certain episode happened, by Wednesday you should sit with him to the point that I want to discuss about that particular incident because it's quite important for us to discuss. So timing is very important. Third W. So what you're discussing is clear, when it happened is clear, where it happened. Give background of that information because if you don't give background, the person cannot understand. So where exactly it happened, what all things were involved, all these things if you give, the more detail you give, the better it becomes. Then it doesn't come as criticism. And the last one, what repercussion did you face as an organization, as a team because of that behavior? Explain him very categorically. If he is not documenting, very categorically mention because you're not documenting, it is becoming very difficult for us to follow up and track where is our progress. Second, tomorrow if the project is released and if we do not have proper documentation, if client asks something, how are you going to respond? Be very clear. Once you apply these 4 W's, you will see transitional change in your way the people are responding to you. Apply this, you will see tremendous difference in your communication when it comes about giving difficult feedbacks. And let me know how your experience goes. And if you had been applying certain things in your feedback, why don't you share in the comment section? I would like to know your side, how you had been tackling feedbacks which are quite difficult. And if you're struggling in this area, drop me a message and let's have a virtual coffee and let me understand the situation. If my experience can help you, I would love to collaborate with you. It was great talking to you. I'll talk to you with another case study, another new data and new learning. Until then, bye-bye.